Trump's trade war has hit India. The US president has imposed a 27% reciprocal tariff on Indian imports. While lower than the 34% on China and 46% on Vietnam, this move has sent shockwaves through Indian trade circles. The Indian government is assessing the impact. The Commerce Ministry says it's carefully examining the implications and consulting stakeholders, including exporters and industry leaders. The ministry also sees potential opportunities in the changing trade landscape. A statement from the Department of Commerce read, and I quote, discussions are ongoing between Indian and US trade teams for an expeditious conclusion of a mutually beneficial multi sectoral bilateral trade agreement. End quote. India's 27% tariff is lower than 36% on Thailand, 32% on Indonesia. Both these countries have deep Chinese investments and are closely tied to Beijing's supply chains. A recent USTR report highlighted issues with India's trade barriers, particularly high tariffs on automobiles, natural rubber, coffee, walnuts, alcohol, and more. The report also noted that India's frequent tariff adjustments create uncertainty for US businesses. Donald Trump recalled a conversation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, saying, and I quote, he's a great friend of mine, but I told him, you're not treating us right. End quote. Trump claims India charges the US 52% on certain goods, and his 27% tariff is simply half of that. However, he did not clarify which industries would be most affected. The White House later said the 27% tariff is on top of a 10% baseline duty that applies to all imports.
India, very, very tough, very, very tough. The prime minister just left. He's a great friend of mine, but I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years and decades. And it was only 7 years ago when I came in, we started with China and charged them. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China in tariffs. And they understood, honestly. President Xi understood. He said, look, I understand. And the other countries, and they all understand, we're going to have to go through a little tough love, maybe.
The Modi government is weighing its options. With a comprehensive global strategic partnership between India and the US, will this be a bump in the road or the start of a bigger trade dispute? India remains in talks with Washington, but will these tariffs hurt Indian exports or push for a new trade deal? Stay tuned.